Today we'll discuss about this acyclovir. This acyclovir is the anti-herpes drug which is synthetic in nature and purine nucleotide analog. Acyclovir is the anti-herpes drug that we all know. It is purely synthetic drug. That means it is designed in the laboratory and it's a purine nucleotide analog. It's a purine nucleotide analog and it shows activity mainly against herpes simplex virus 1 and herpes simplex virus 2, and it is also effective against varicella zoster virus, but it is more effective against this herpes simplex virus 1 and 2 than varicella zoster virus. Now what is the mechanism of action? Mechanism of action of the acyclovir, it will enter into the infected, what we can say, it will, this acyclovir is a drug, it will enter into that herpetic cell selectively, and it will convert into the acyclovir monophosphate with the help of this thymidine kinase, herpes simplex virus thymidine kinase. This is a infected herpetic cell, right? This is the infected herpetic cell. This drug acyclovir will selectively enter inside that cell and it will get converted into the acyclovir monophosphate with the help of this herpes simplex virus thymidine kinase, and with the help of cellular enzymes this monophosphate is converted into acyclovir diphosphate and acyclovir triphosphate with the help of these cellular enzymes. And this acyclovir triphosphate is responsible for inhibition of the viral DNA polymerase. It is responsible for its inhibition of viral DNA polymerase irreversibly. That means it will going to kill that virus by inhibiting viral DNA polymerase. Suicidal inactivation. We call it as a suicidal inactivation because it irreversibly inhibits the viral DNA polymerase and it inhibits the viral DNA synthesis and viral multiplication or replication, and that's how it is virucidal in nature. It will going to destroy the virus, it will going to kill that virus by inhibiting viral DNA polymerase irreversibly, and that is called as the suicidal inactivation. And for this acyclovir triphosphate is responsible, right? Now the routes of drug administration. Routes of drug administration are pharmacokinetic properties. It is available orally, topically and intravenously. Means it is available in oral preparation, topical preparations and intravenous preparations. It is highly potent anti-herpes drug. It is highly potent. It has high therapeutic index and low selectivity to the host. It is having high therapeutic index. Therapeutic index is high. That means it is well tolerated. It is safe drug because there is a less toxicity to the host, more selective towards the virus. It is more selective towards the virus, less toxicity to the host. Oral bioavailability is very poor, poorly bound to the plasma proteins. Plasma protein binding is less, but it is widely distributed. Obviously, it is widely distributed to the all body fluids, particularly in the CSF, right? Particularly in the CSF, in the lacrimal secretions. It can cross blood-brain barrier. It will get excreted in the urine. These are the pharmacokinetic properties. Now the adverse effects. As I told you, it's a well-tolerated drug. It has high therapeutic index. So GI side effects like nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, headache will be there, right? Apart from that, it crosses blood-brain barrier, so it is a neurotoxic drug. That means it may cause tremors, confusion, disorientation, convulsions. When it is given in high doses, it crosses blood-brain barrier and it may cause tremors, confusion, disorientation, convulsions. When it is applied topically, it may cause irritation and burning sensation. Dosage available 200 to 800 milligram tablets are available. 200 to 800 milligram. Various brand name Zovirax most commonly used in the Clinical practice: Zovirax, Acivir, Ocuvir, or it is also available in the 5% cream, Herpex cream, or Herpirax ointment is also available. Acivir eye ointment is also available. These are the various preparations of the acyclovir. Now the therapeutic uses of the acyclovir, where we use therapeutic uses. In therapeutic uses, genital herpes simplex infection. Genital herpes simplex infection we can use orally, intravenously, or topically. Genital herpes simplex infection, it is used for the primary and recurrent infection. In recurrent infection, we have to use the high doses of the acyclovir to treat the recurrent infection. It will reduce your severity and frequency of the illness. It will reduce the severity and frequency. Herpetic encephalitis. In herpetic encephalitis, because it crosses blood-brain barrier, it will going to treat your encephalitis, herpetic encephalitis. Intravenously it is given. Intravenous acyclovir is a drug of choice. Herpetic or herpes simplex keratitis or herpes keratoconjunctivitis. Keratoconjunctivitis, it will widely distributed and it will achieve effective concentration in the lacrimal fluid so that it can treat easily herpes simplex keratitis or herpes keratoconjunctivitis. Then mucocutaneous herpes simplex virus. There is a herpes labialis or oral ulcers in the mouth. You can give orally or the ointments are available. Mucocutaneous herpes simplex virus. Herpetic whitlow or nail bed infection. You can treat with the oral acyclovir. Nail bed infection or herpetic whitlow. Then chicken pox. In chicken pox, because of herpes zoster virus, you can use orally. It will reduce the duration and severity of illness. In chicken pox, which is due to varicella zoster virus, it will going to decrease the duration and severity of illness. Herpes zoster. In herpes zoster, you can use orally, intravenously, or topically acyclovir, or you can also use valcyclovir, which is a prodrug of acyclovir, orally. So these are the different therapeutic uses of the acyclovir drug.